Hey guys, Jake here, coming at you with another math lesson. Today I'm going to be going over a concept that I found in a book that I was reading recently called The Calculus Lifesaver by Adrian Banner. It's a great book, but what I want to go over today is specifically how he talked about finding the product rule or applying the product rule to find the derivative of a function that is the product of 3 or 4 or more smaller functions rather than, typically when we're using the product rule, it's just the product of 2 smaller functions. But what we're going to do is apply that to 3 functions, and I'm going to talk about how you can apply it to 4 or more as well. So this is the function that I'm going to show you how to find the derivative of using this method. Let's start with kind of the formula of what this looks like. Typically when you're going to be doing the product rule, essentially how you would start that is by kind of naming the different pieces of your function so that you can apply the product rule formula. Just like I did in a couple of the videos that I made last week and earlier this week. It's the same kind of idea, but in this case, obviously we have these 3 different pieces that are being multiplied together, right? So we have these 3 simpler functions that we can basically break this one big function down into. So let's just go ahead and say that we're going to call this first piece u, this next piece v, and this last piece w. There really is kind of a couple different ways you could find the derivative of a function like this. If you wanted to avoid using product rule for whatever reason, you could, kind of FOIL this all out and distribute all these parentheses and just get one super long polynomial and just apply the power rule. However, that would take a very long time since we have these 3 kind of, slightly more complex polynomials. Doing all that distribution would take a very long time and isn't really worth it. So what we can do instead is think about the product rule with 3 terms, which basically the formula for that, what you want to think about is, since we have 3 terms here, u, v, and w, what we can do is think about writing u times v times w 3 times. So we wrote it 3 times because we have 3 terms. If we were doing this with, a product of 4 functions, we would write all 4 of them 4 times. So like u, v, w, z, u, v, w, z 4 times. And now what we want to do is go through this, and to each of these terms, we're going to apply basically the derivative to a different term each time. So in this first one, instead of finding u times v times w, we're instead going to find the derivative of u times v times w. And then in this term, we're going to leave the u and the w the same, and we're going to change our v to the derivative of v. And then same idea here, but this time we want to do the derivative of the w term. So we've basically just gone through and changed a different single piece to be the derivative of that single piece with respect to x. So now this is essentially our formula for the product rule of 3 functions being multiplied together. So now to figure out what this derivative would be, all we really have to do is figure out the derivative of each of these 3 terms by themselves, and then we can basically plug those into this formula here. So for this first piece here, we're going to have the derivative of u with respect to x. So the derivative of this first piece here, we can just use the power rule to find that. So bring the 3 down in front, lower the power by 1 down to a 2. The derivative of 1 is 0, so that's just going to disappear. And then we're going to have this, which is the derivative of u with respect to x, times v, and then also times w. So then we're going to multiply it by this whole thing and this whole thing. So we're going to get x to the 4th minus 2x plus 6 times x squared minus x. So this multiplication here is just this first term here. So now we'll do the same kind of thing with the next 2. So then we're going to add plus u, so this first piece, times the derivative of v, so times the derivative of this whole thing, which again, we can just use power rule. So we can bring the 4 down in front, lower the power by 1. The derivative of 2x is 2, and then the derivative of 6 is 0, so that'll go away. And then we multiply that by w, so then times this x squared minus x. And then we do have to do it one more time for this last one. So then again, we're going to get plus u times v, so times these 2 terms. And then we need to multiply that by the derivative of w with respect to x. So again, power rule just says bring the 2 down in front, lower the power by 1. and then the derivative of x is 1. So basically we have, these kind of three separate things being added together. So again, this is a very complex equation for the derivative of our function, but actually computing that derivative was much simpler than it would have been if we would have tried to distribute all this out before taking any derivatives. By applying this triple product rule formula, obviously our result is kind of complicated, but this is, fairly easy to plug x values into. Obviously it would take a long time to type this into a calculator or something, but you can do, necessary computations with this derivative formula. So like I said, just to kind of touch on, if we were doing some function that could be broken down into 4 different pieces being multiplied together. So let's say we had y equals u times v times w times z. The derivative of y would be these 4 things, but take the derivative of a different one each time. So it would be du dx in the first term times v times w times z plus u times the derivative of v times w times z plus u times v times the derivative of w times z plus u times v times w times the derivative of z. So same idea, and we could do this with any number of functions. If we had a function that could be broken down into the product of 5 or 6 or 10 or 100 different terms, we would do the same thing. We would write out the product of those 5 or 10 or 100 terms and take the sum of it 100 times or however many times is necessary, and then just take the derivative of a different one of those terms within each one as we go through. So it's a very, kind of scalable formula. And like I said, this does come from the book, The Calculus Lifesaver by Adrian Banner. It's a great book. It's very affordable. It's less than $20 on Amazon, so if you want to go check that out, there's a link in the description. Highly recommend reading that book. And if you found this video helpful, please give it a like, subscribe to the channel. It's a great way to help support the channel so I can keep making more videos like this. Thanks, and see you next time.